Christian.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. I'm glad you are all right here. So, the topic that we're going to be covering today is how do you feel? So, before we start, I want to ask you, how are you feeling today? Maybe from Evelyn, you can start. Just answer A. Yep.
Excited?
Okay, Cal.
B or A?
A. Just everyone do A. It's okay.
It's fine.
Okay, you can move there. That group. Yep. You.
Me?
Yep.
I'm happy.
Okay. Rojos. Cool. Okay. Do you have final exams coming? Have you prepared for your final exams? Yep. Does any one of you have exam this week?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I know how that feels. Okay. Now, so the language focus that we're going to be learning today is hot verbs. So hot verbs, you have three verbs: have, come, and go. As you can see on page, the last page, page 44. Yeah, page 3, the last page. You can see at the table, the first table, you have, go, and come. So basically, hot verbs are verbs that can be used that have different meanings. So let's take a look at have. The first example is they have no time. And the second example is I have news for you. We know that these two have different meanings, right? I have no time and they have news for you. Two are the opposites. And the second one, for the second verb is go. And the example is, the first one is you go far. And the second one is I'm going crazy. So go here have different purposes. Go here serves two different purposes. The first one is go as in distance, in walking. And the second go is state of mind. You're going happy, you're going crazy, you're going what? And then the third one is come. The final verb is come. The first example from come is every dream can come true. That's the first purpose of come, as in this sentence, come true. And then the second sentence is come home. It has two different meanings, right? Come home and come true. So have you guys understood?
Yeah.
Okay. Since you all have understood the materials, I want you to work on individually number 2, the blank ones, the blank spots one, and that starts with an accident, first in a race. Work on that number 2 and also work on number 3. And you have 5 to 6 minutes to complete the exercises. Time starts now. So you work on 2 and 3, okay? Yeah. And we'll discuss later. guys done? Okay, 2 more minutes. Okay, I'm afraid the time is up. It's okay if you haven't completed all the answers. So we can discuss, maybe starting from Evelyn, what is the answer to number 2, starting from an accident.
Have an accident.
Okay, Cal?
Number 2.
Yeah, after an accident. First.
Come first in a race.
Okay, the next one, please.
Go out for a meal.
Okay, next one.
Come and sing.
Yeah, correct. Next one.
Go shopping.
Yeah, next one, please.
Have go.
Yeah, correct. The next one.
Go around.
Yeah.
Have a meeting.
Go abroad.
Okay, all got correct. Now let's go to number 3, starting from subsection 1, where blah blah blah.
We're having a bar next Saturday.
Okay,
Would you like to come?
cool. Number 2.
Oh, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Mm.
Can I go? Can I go?
Okay, number 3. Okay, cool. Number 4.
I'm going out now. Mom, bye. Okay. Have a good time. When are you coming home?
Okay, number 5.
Hi Dave, Pete is having a shower at the moment. I'll just go and tell him you're here.
Okay, cool. Cal.
Come on, get out of the bed. It's time to go to school.
Okay, number 7.
It's a lovely day. Let's go to the park. We can have a picnic.
Okay, and the last.
I'm going skiing next week. Have you got any ski clothes I could borrow?
Okay, cool. We all got correct. So, before I jump to the reading passage, I would like to emphasize again the difference between. So we have 2 kinds of have. The first purpose of have is for possession or kapamilikan. And the second purpose of have is have someone do something. So the first purpose of have is possession, like I mentioned earlier, like I have a dog or you have something, that's possession. And the second one is have someone do something. For example, I have Evelyn do my homework. So we have 2 different purposes of have. Okay? Now the language focus is over. Now we're going to be reading the passages, but I'm not gonna ask you to read all the passages. I want you to read the first page, paragraph 2, starting from parents by, right? You find parents by, and you read until daughter's needs. Only maybe 2 or 3 sentences. Maybe you can give a mark first. Okay, you need to read from parents by until daughter's needs, and then you go to the next page. And what you have to read is, there are 2 pictures, right, on the above and on the bottom. And what you need to read is the first picture, the description of the first picture with the girl in the swimming pool. Starting from I live in a hotel until I'm going to be a model, Emily H. Penn. So that's what you all have to read. Okay, you can start reading, you have 5 minutes to read, and we will discuss. I guess you're done reading, right? Okay. Now I want like maybe you're three together, and the rest three, and you four, and you four. It's okay. Now before we get into the group work, now I want to ask you like maybe I will point two of you to comment on the reading. So maybe Cal, can you give a comment on the first section of the reading? The parents by general comment.
I think it's interesting. It's not healthy there, at least in my opinion, for the parents. I mean, for the children at least.
Okay. Oh, but you, Nick, can you give a comment on the first reading? What do you think about the first 2 or 3 sentences?
I think the parents are not responsible for their kids.
Okay. And Reynold, can you give comment on the second section of the reading from what Emily says on that page? The 10-year-old.
Yeah, I think she is. Her way of saying it is kind of like a spoiled child.
Yeah.
She's got a good dream.
Okay. Now you have read on the Hollywood child passage. Now I just assign you into 4 groups. This first group consists of 3, and you're 3, and you're 4 together, and then the last group consists of 4. Now I want you to answer one question. So groups 1 and 2, you answer the first question. If you could give an advice to Hollywood parents, what would it be? And then the last remaining 2 groups, this group and this group, you have this question. If you were Hollywood kids, how would you live your life? Okay? Just simple answers. It doesn't have to be one full paragraph. Just 3 sentences is okay. So let's say you have one person, 1 sentence, or 1 person. It's okay. Minimum is 3 sentences per group. Okay? You can work on that.
I understand. I think the most
They're going to grow up.
Depends. Which Hollywood actor? Why the parents need to do something?
One more.
Try not to live or try to live.
Try to live. Try to give your child a not extravagant. I don't know. I just raised the birthday gift. Try to raise your child with a not extravagant. Also, we're just active.
Express myself with my hobby because I'm good at it.
In a wholly no.
Are you guys done discussing? Okay, cool. Now we can start from this group first. From Leo's group. What do you think? What is your response to this question or statement?
You don't state something. Petra.
I think I'm going to buy anything I want.
Okay.
For example,
For example?
help me bro.
Like for example, like express everything through my hobby. For example, me and Keaton have the same hobbies. For example, like music. For example, maybe buy expensive guitar, piano, something, make studio. Yeah,
Make a
something
band.
like- yeah, make a band.
Okay,
something.
cool. You next group? Still the same.
We're going to buy things, but as we discussed, we decided to like buy an extraordinary thing. So when our friends have like a helicopter toy, we will buy like a real helicopter.
Yeah.
So we will,
Good idea.
so we can show off to our friends.
Yeah. You might say,
Because we want to be the attention from.
Okay, cool. And Reynolds group, this question?
I would say make time for your kids because there's this bond that can't between parents and child that can't be replaced by any person. I would buy videos.
Okay. And Cal's?
I would basically say the same thing as Reynolds did. And then I would add like try to help try to raise your child in a not extravagant way because like the whole extravagant lifestyle could eventually erode their sense of self and identity later on in life. I don't know.
So do you think having extravagant lives could be disastrous?
It could be. It depends on the child, I guess. But most of the time, if a child is born with everything at their at their toes, it's not gonna end up well.
Okay. So that came to our conclusion. So this 20 minutes that we've been spending. So first, we've learned two things. First, we learned about the hot verbs, have, come, and go, and you guys have understood the different purposes of these three verbs. And the second one is we talked about the lifestyles or the glitz and glamours of Hollywood kids, and you guys have responded very well. So thank you for your attendance today. I'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
Okay.